All right, folks, Simon here. This is it. These are the final two games of the 2022 Intermediate Tak Invitational Tournament. And this is between MediocreTaborlin and Reimen. They played their first two games of this four-game series last night. Now they're going to play the next two tonight. Again, these games are played with a 15-minute time limit and a 10-second increment. And there is two komi, meaning that black gets two added to their flat score at the end of the game if the game does not end in a road. We're seeing Reimen in white first, and then MediocreTaborlin in black. This is game 3 of the 2022 Intermediate Invitational Tak Tournament Finals. And let's get started. All right, we see A1, and we're seeing adjacent corners now. Will we see we're seeing that odd opening from Reimen again. Not quite the knight's opening. I'm really not sure what that is. But black goes straight for that center control, and white meets up there. Nope, white will not be playing over here. White is going to be shifting gears for that vertical line here. Black find to mirror them, looking kind of like a yin-yang there. White going still for that vertical line, black cutting that off by playing down at B1. This also works towards their own threats, but again, white does have quite a bit of momentum right now. They're in a really good position. Black now cutting that off, building their own vertical threat here, and also keeping white from building for that horizontal. White, though, does have the advantage here, is able to push on for this vertical threat. Black dropping that capstone over there. That is... I'm not sure about that capstone, but it does probably do a pretty good job here. It's just so far away from a lot of the action that black has going on, and so it makes it a very defensive capstone. And we see white immediately shifted gears to work towards something farther away from that capstone. So this capstone isn't really in the game right now, because now the game is this horizontal line down here. Again, this capstone doesn't follow a lot of the guidelines that we talk about in the capstones video of Tak University, where we discuss how best to place your capstone at the beginning of a game, but it might work down the line. It's just going to be tough to get there from here. And we do know that both of these players really enjoy a very snowball type strategy when playing Tak. They like to just get that momentum and keep it. And so white having momentum is going to be really difficult for black to get that back. We're seeing black play up there. White finally drops the capstone here, ready to come down right onto D3 and just destroy everything that black's got going in this vertical direction. And that can also mess up a lot of what he's got going in the horizontal direction as well. I think that's a really good capstone position. Even though, again, it doesn't follow a lot of the guidelines, this one feels a lot stronger. MediocreTaborlin thinking about this one. Plays up at E4. I'm not sure about that play. I guess he's going for a horizontal line here. White playing up at F2, going for that horizontal line themselves. Ooh, I think I see something nice. Playing at A4 for white would be a vertical and horizontal threat. That's pretty nice. But black's got that wall there at A2, ready to come over onto B2 and just cut off this connection here. It would cut off both the vertical and the horizontal threats. So that's really nice. White playing up at F4 now, and that's a defensive move to stop this horizontal line from building. But now black plays up at D6, makes that road threat. White's got to come over with the capstone onto D3 and interrupt that threat so it can't come to fruition. Black immediately fills in here at E3, and that renews the threat. White then captures up onto d2, and this creates that tack threat for white. White able now to place either at a3 or a4, and that would lead to a road for white. Black comes over with that wall, just as we expected, to stop that from happening. I think we're going to see a flat, maybe at a3 or a4 here from white. That would continue the tack threats. I think a3 works a little bit better. No, we're seeing a capture instead. That is surprising. It does work really well, though. Black's basically got a capture over here onto e2. I like that. Yeah, that capture was the right move. So he makes that capture. This is now a tack threat for black. White's got to be able to stop that, probably with a wall placement. That's exactly what he does. Able to come up onto e2 on the next turn to be able to liberate that captive, make a positive flat count differential move. Flat count differential moves, we talk about that in the FCD, or flat count differential video of Tak University. But that would be, after relieving it, could be a +2 move to retain that threat possibility. And then black drops another wall, knowing that they are in big trouble here. So that wall, I think, is definitely very necessary. And white, playing off up there at f5, going to go for that vertical threat now up there at that right-hand side of the board. White moves that wall up onto e2, ready to make that threat. Black playing at f3, interestingly. White can make the threat with this wall move, but it would result in this capstone either coming right or coming up and liberating a captive, and also cutting off white's threats. So I'm not sure if he wants to do that right now or not. A placement might be better. Maybe he wants to place up at f6 and get that connection built. That's what he does. He plays at f6. Black building up this citadel here. Citadel is one of the terms we talk about in the Tak terminology video of Tak University. Basically just means a 2x2 squares of your friendly flats there. Very powerful formation. Really difficult to get those built in a game organically. White plays at d1. I like that play. It gets the anchor point here on the bottom half of the board. Black now able to build that tack threat in the horizontal direction, going from f3 all the way down. White stops that immediately with that +3 move with the wall, bringing that over, not retaining any tack threat right there, but brings that over and interrupts a lot of what Black's was doing there. And I think e2 is the placement that White wants to get on the next turn, and it would be very, very strong for them. Ooh. Is he going to go for e2? Maybe he's going to go for f3. f3 seems really good here. f3 would be a tack threat in this horizontal direction. And it would set up for that drawbridge, but no, he brings up that wall stack, ready to liberate that captive. Black drops yet another wall. White places here at e2, gets that horizontal tack threat. Black's got to stop that, and they've got to stop it by capturing onto c3 here. Capturing onto d2 won't do it anymore. They've got to do it with the c3 stack. And I think that's the only move they have available to them to stop it. I guess they could come up with f1 onto f2, and then okay, they came up, and then white plays at f3, and then black's wall comes down onto e3. Hmm. Let's see, what do we got here? All right, we see this wall stack come down, spreading, dropping here, creating that horizontal tag threat yet again. Now I think we're going to see the white place here at f4 create that vertical tag threat one more time. I like the f4 placement here. This would make a threat going all the way down here, either moving this wall down or smashing that stack. He may decide to smash the stack now. That's exactly what he does. He smashes the stack now. I think that was the stronger move here. This is now a vertical tag threat for white, being able to play all along here. Black may decide this is the time to capture onto d2 here with that wall. Yeah, coming over with the wall onto d2 here. That would cut off this threat that white is going for. But white would also be able to continue by moving this capstone here. And I think that would be Tinue if he does that. Yeah, if the wall comes here, then... Yeah, so if this wall goes here, white's capstone comes down, and then that's Tinue. That's it. So he can't do that. He can't bring that capstone there. Ooh, this may be setting up perfectly for Tinue here. So I think what black needs to do is drop a wall right there at f4. I think a wall is necessary. Yeah, I think that's the only move he had. Because if he had moved this over, it would have been over. Now, however, what are we seeing? What are we seeing? I think that moving this capstone down still ends up with Tinue, because I think that this wall will then come over. No, it won't, because, yeah, this wall can come up. Yeah, so it's, never mind. Yeah, because if this capstone comes over, this wall can come up here and stop that, and it wouldn't be the same threat that they had before. So yeah, never mind. But we do know that Reimen is good at setting up these Tinues. He set up one in their previous game and did a great job of it there. It's going to be tough on MediocreTaborlin to get out of this because, again, Reimen is just running away with it here. Really doing a fantastic job. All right, he does go for it. I think this is where we are going to see c2 come up onto c3 to stop that horizontal threat. I feel like that's basically the only move here. I mean, he can move that wall down from f4 onto f3, but I think that the real issue is this c3. What does he do after that, though? After wall comes up onto c3, what does white do, and how will black respond? That is probably what MediocreTaborlin is thinking of right now. He's thinking, okay, I know I got to move this up onto c3, but what do I do after, and what does white do after that? No, he moves the wall down onto f3. Huh. That was unexpected. Now I think white's going to play here at... Yeah, white... No, white's not going to play at f4. That's surprising. I didn't see that one coming. Why isn't white playing at f4? Black moves that wall up, getting ready to liberate that captive. I don't know. Maybe e1 would have been really good there, because then this wall, if it came up, black would, or white would smash that and then be able to make that threat in the vertical direction. I do not know. That is a very good question here. Does white smash anyway? Does white build at f3 and then f4? What is the play? White is still... It seems like white is still very much in the lead here. Okay, white does make the smash. This is currently not a tak threat. Yeah, I guess here on this last one, 5f2 plus would be a tak threat, so would just playing at e1, that would also have been a tak threat in this direction. But white instead went for the smash. Now no tak threat, but fun positioning. Really setting up for something, I think. I think white's got to have some long-term plan here. And we see both players are just about even when it comes to time on the clock. Just under 11 minutes for both players. Black probably thinking about bringing this stack down, making their own threat, and that's what they do. But now white can bring their own capstone in the middle of this to stop that from growing and developing. And that's exactly what they do. What does black do here? I mean, I feel like black needs to use this wall and capture onto c3. Instead, they drop another wall at f3. And I think that wall is fine too. That really works to help protect against this vertical threat on this side. And they can come over onto e3 and liberate that captive there and stop this horizontal line. Seems like a strong wall placement. All right, and then black filling in there at f4, ready to make their own tack threat here on the next move. Placing at a5 or capturing over. All of those would work just fine. Not sure what white should be doing here. Yeah, I am. I think white should play down at a4 or a3. Instead e6. All right. I think a4 a3 would have been good because I think if black makes a threat in this horizontal direction up here, the next move is to take this capstone stack and throw it up, making a +3 move here, bringing it up 3d3 plus 1 2 onto d5, and then that would make a tack threat here if white had played it a4 or a3. Would have been a tack threat in that direction. I think that would be nice. Instead, now black has this tack threat in the horizontal direction. White looking to stop that. They can stop it by capturing left. Oh, they don't. They instead toss the capstone up. This is not a tack threat, but it can be one on the next turn. And if black brings that, or white brings that capstone here, then that would be brutal and basically unstoppable, I think, for black. That wall is in a really good spot, though. Now it can cut that off. What is the solution? What is the solution? I think maybe moving that capstone here onto e5 is still not a bad idea, but he moves for c6 instead, opting to go for a horizontal threat along the top half of the board. Take a look at flat count here. I think it's 14 white. Yeah, 14 white. Wow. And 11 for black, including the Comey. So black is way behind in terms of flats and behind in terms of position. And we saw this in both games last night when MediocreTaborlin and Reimen played. They both played very, very offensive games, just not letting up. When each player was white, they just kept it going and kept pushing and kept pushing. And that's exactly how this game is turning out as well. We are seeing no mercy here. And I think we're going to be seeing a very similar game from MediocreTaborlin in game 4 here after this one ends, where he does a very similar strategy. These players are very good at that. Both of them are. But it's not over yet. Black could still come out on top in this one. We did see in game 1 of this series, MediocreTaborlin was playing as white, and Reimen missed a road threat and lost on that. So it wasn't a Tinue. lost just by missing a road threat, and so that can definitely happen. White could potentially miss a threat that black makes and end up losing that way. White now plays at f3. Okay, I think I see where he's going with that one. If he comes over with e4, then that would be a threat with a drawbridge move. Definitely a tough position here for black, but I don't think he's lost or anything yet. Goes for the self-capture with the wall. Why? Why are you self-capturing with the wall? Is it to throw this up onto d4 in some configuration that works out really well for you? Maybe? Maybe in an effort to get back get back some flat count? Okay. White now captures there. That's a horizontal tag threat here. That's pretty good. Black tosses that upward. White cannot smash this. Yeah, I'm at a loss here. What is the play from Reimen? Oh, okay, that's the play from Reimen. Interesting that he left behind. Am I not seeing something? Was there a threat? I don't think there was a threat, was there? I don't think that's a threat. No, there was no threat there. But we see that move followed by that one. Coming down with f4 onto f3. White fills in. Okay, so we may be seeing white play at c2 or a3 or a4, which would be attack threat for white, smashing this wall on d4. That one I could see working. Black I could even see taking this whole stack here, capturing up onto f3, and then spreading it upwards for a very strong +5 move. But instead he comes up here with it, which I'm surprised about. Here's a tack threat. Here's that vertical tack threat I was talking about. If he smashes this, it connects all the way from f6 down here. Black sees it, cuts it off. I don't know. They're both pretty low on reserves now. This may be coming down to flats. White plays now at a4, making that same threat again, smashing that thing, but this time for a horizontal threat. Hmm. 14 to 12 in terms of flats. White is in the lead. Black's going to stop this horizontal tag threat here. And they can do that by moving their walls. They have +3 moves available, which would put them in the lead in terms of flat count. I think that as it stands right now, Black could win this on flats. Black's got a +3 move here with this wall stack, a +3 move here with this wall stack, and a +2 move with this wall stack. That's a total of +8 in 3 moves. Granted, Black is a little bit behind in terms of reserves. So White has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, I think 7. I think it's 7. So 6 to 7 in terms of reserves. So Black could be able to win this on flats if he plays it right. White's gonna have to do some work to be able to stop these positive flat count differential moves. All right, there's the first of them. That's 1 +3 move. How will White respond to the +3 flat count differential move? Because now Black is in the lead in terms of flats. MediocreTaborlin may have pulled this game back from the brink. And he may be winning this one unless White can think of some way to salvage this. I think one of the ways he's probably looking at is by smashing this stack here on c3 somehow. If he comes down, that's telegraphing it, knows that he'll be doing that. He needs to be able to do something with this capstone and get it in position to smash this wall stack in a way that's not telegraphing it or in a way where he is making a tack threat, and moving this stack is not one of the ways to stop that threat. All right, so White brings that wall stack up. How many is in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So White can move this stack, but they have to leave behind that one White at the bottom. So if Black plays something here or here, there is still the potential for a +2 move, but currently that wall stack doesn't really do that much. Black able to place a flat now at b3, working for their tack threat. They can make a threat on the next turn by placing at b2. Okay, this is where Black moves, ready to smash that stack. Really wants it. Really wants that stack. I'm trying to see if there's a way that Black can make it so smashing that ends up in a loss, but I don't think there is. Playing here just means, so that would work, except White can take all of 3 of Black's flats and drop them here onto c4 to make that not function. And this wall stack, even if it goes all the way to 1, White can smash it. Huh. I guess black could move it off to the side, but that gets rid of his own tack threat and hurts his own flat count. He plays the flat anyway. I mean, white's got to smash it, right? Bring the whole thing up, drop, smash. Oh, but if he does that, black brings this wall over onto c4, which is a threat here that white's got to stop. And then black recovers 3 extra flats to be able to move them up in this direction. Oh, man. Yeah, so black is totally okay with white smashing that stack on c3. It'll work out for him. Okay, now we're going to see 3b4 right, if I'm not mistaken. Three b4 right, okay. Now is white going to drop a wall at b4? What? Did white miss the threat? White missed the vertical threat. And black missed the vertical threat. They both missed this threat. They both missed this road. What just happened? White plays here. Did they both undo? Wait, black played here. And Reimen gave him the undo? I think MediocreTaborlin saw this. I think he expected something to be played here on the previous turn. And then when it didn't get played, he played here anyway, because that was what he was going to play after white played a wall here or something. But he asked for an undo, and they're probably talking about why the undo was made. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that... I don't know, we'll have to talk to him about that. But yeah, they... something happened there, and I think that's what happened. I think that he had... Because this happened to me a bunch of times, where I plan this move, and then I expect the opponent to stop it, and then they don't stop it, and I play the move I was going to play if they did stop it, and I missed my own road. That's happened to me a bunch of times. I think that must have been what happened to them right now. But they both missed that vertical threat, and I was blown away by that. But congratulations to MediocreTaborlin for bringing that game back from the brink. It looked like you had it lost for basically the entire time. But well played to both players. Really, that was fantastic. Congratulations again to MediocreTaborlin for winning that game. This tournament is still on the line here. One more game in this 4-game series. If Reimen wins this, I believe there is some sort of rule. Let's take a look here. Tie-breaking. One game between the tied players is 1 game, 3 Comey for black, 10 minutes with a 5-second increment. That's how that's done. So if Reimen wins this next game as black, that's what'll happen. Otherwise, MediocreTaborlin will win this tournament. So we're really excited for that. This is fun. That was a great game too. Fantastic game. And thanks everybody for watching. Be sure to check out the description below for all things TAK, especially the TAK Discord server, which is the community hub and where you can find all sorts of resources like strategy guides and just people to play with online, whether it be on playtak.com or over on the Discord itself, playing asynchronously just 5 minutes a day if you want to. And you can get in a lot of games like that even if you're low on time. So thanks again, and until next time, have a great day and happy tacking.